Thirdly, suicide is not God's plan. It's the second leading cause of death in college-age adults. It's the number 3 for high school students in America. It's not God's plan. Our lives are not our own. Our life is a gift from God, like we talked about earlier. And only God has the right to take that away. The Bible says that even before we were born, God predetermined the number of days that we would live. Job 14:5 says this, "You have decided the length of our days. You know how many months we will live, and we are not given a minute longer." And God said, "I've decided how long you're going to live." And suicide is a short-circuiting of God's plan. And if we're being honest right now, I think that most of us have been in that moment of despair. Been in a dark moment of life, a dark moment of depression where we've thought that thought. Maybe life would just be better if I'm not here. And if you've considered or are seriously considering or planning suicide, I want to make this clear to you today. I want you to hear my voice, that there is hope, that you matter to God, that God made you for a purpose. He has a plan for your life. Your life matters. It's not an accident. You are on purpose. He cares about you. God can help you through your despair. And lastly, despair is not permanent. Despair does not last forever. It's a passing shadow. I experienced this when I used to live in Oceanside, California, and I go down to the beach and hang out there every once in a while, and you go on sometime of the day the tide would be low. And you go down there and experience low tide, and when the tide comes out, it reveals a lot of gross stuff. Like the tide goes back and you see dead things, you see seaweed all over. There's barnacles, there's trash. Kind of stinks a little bit. Then you go back a few hours later and the tides come back. And you see this beautiful, pristine beach. It almost looks like a different beach. And sometimes in life, there's low tides. There's times where it stinks, looks ugly. And we wonder, is the tide ever gonna come back? But I'm here to tell you it does. That right now you might be experiencing the worst thing that you've ever experienced in your life, but it's not permanent. The sun will come up tomorrow. And don't forget in the night what God promised you in the light. That in those dark moments when we feel like there's no light anymore, when we feel like all there is despair and shadow, God promised you in the light that He will never leave you. He will never forsake you. That He has planned you for a purpose. That you are valuable, you are priceless to Him. That's who you are. And it doesn't matter if you believe it or not. That's the truth. God values you and you are priceless. Suicide is not God's plan. And if that's you, if you're struggling today, ask for help. Talk to me. Talk to one of the other pastors. Talk to your parents. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family members. Talk to someone. Don't be silent. There is hope.